GettyDonald Tusk is reveling in his plan to snatch Northern Ireland in a potential Brexit deal. Mr. Tusk, the president of the European Council, took to Twitter to feast on developments suggesting there had been movement on the issue of a border between Ireland and Northern Ireland. Mr. Tusk tweeted, "Tell me why I like Mondays. Encouraged after my phone call with Dáil, Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar, on progress on Brexit issue of Ireland." Getting closer to sufficient progress at December EU summit. The EU chief appeared to feel confident EU chiefs have coerced Theresa May into making a series of concessions during their latest round of Brexit talks today. While no deal has officially been announced, draft papers suggest the Prime Minister may have already buckled under the pressure. Related articles: Britain may still have to accept EU rules to get trade agreement May nears Brexit compromise, Northern Ireland to BLE. The draft paper, seen by Irish broadcaster RTE, showed the UK will offer continued regulatory alignment on the island of Ireland. This will mean there will be no divergence of single market and customs unions rules in Ireland. RTE's Europe editor Tony Connelly tweeted, "Breaking: UK will concede that there will be no regulatory divergence on the island of Ireland on the single market and customs union, ACC." To a draft text seen by RTE News. Nigel Farage tweeted back, "Looks like yet more concessions." London wants to start talks on the future trade deal with the EU as soon as possible to provide clarity for companies based in Britain on the terms of business after exiting the EU in March 2019. But the EU said it could only start such talks once sufficient progress is made in negotiations on the terms of the divorce, a financial settlement, citizens' rights and the border between Ireland and Northern Ireland. In a sign that Mrs May is giving in to EU demands, Britain appears to be making most of the compromises so far. The British leader is trying to carve out a divorce agreement with EU bosses that would allow Brexit negotiations to move on to the second phase, dealing with trade and transition talks. The European Commission is set to decide whether Britain has made enough progress on Wednesday, and, if so, ambassadors from the remaining EU 27 countries will meet the same day to draw up guidelines for the next stage. Ireland has been a major sticking point during most of the Brexit negotiations. Belgian MEP Philippe Lamberts all but confirmed that the British government had caved into Brussels. Mr. Lamberts declared Britain had conceded on the Irish border issue and agreed to a special situation for Ireland. He said that Britain had come to terms with reality and given in to Brussels over key Brexit issues. The MEP said he would put money on a deal being done today. Related articles: EU boss says he will rubber stamp trade talks. Brussels is trying to PRY Northern Ireland from UK, warns Han. EU chief slams Farage and Rees-Mogg over May's Brexit collapse. What about Scotland? Sturgeon to push for special Brexit deal.